Hey everyone, Julie Heath here. This video is going to go over EAQs and the NCLEX test data bank and also some updates that the school has done on the website. So I haven't done that in quite a while and there are quite a few. So we're going to go over some of those. As you can see, I am not at home. That's because I'm at my IP. I'm currently in Ely, Nevada, and I've been here for a couple weeks. I will do an updated 395 video, so check that out. That will be out maybe in a few weeks after things have calmed down. But I wanted to make this video because I was posed this question of how to do EAQs, how do I access them, how do I get to my NCLEX test data bank. So if you're looking for how to put together some quizzes and practice tests, this video is for you. Also, some updates that the school has done on the website, we'll go over those as well. So let's get started. All right, y'all, this section is going to go over EAQs. This is going to be in your SurePath. That's where it's located. And if you have a course that doesn't not have SurePath, then you will not have access. But if you do have courses that have SurePaths, then you will have access to your EAQ. So please keep that in mind. If you don't have access to EAQs, there are plenty of other options for test data bank as well. So first of all, I'm going to go into my BSN 445. Originally I was like, I'm just going to go into 395. They don't have SurePath in there. So I'm going to go into BSN 445. My 445 and 465, they both have SurePath components to the course. So those two courses, definitely I can go through and find EAQs. All right, I'm going to go to week 3 because typically you start doing SurePath assignments in week 3. So we're just going to go in there. Okay, I don't know if you saw it, but I had to click on the gray bar that said load SurePaths in a new window. So here you're going to see my course plan for the SurePaths for my course. You won't find EAQs in that section where you normally go to complete your SurePaths. Where you find EAQs is on this far left where it says start a self-study quiz, EAQ. So go ahead and click on that Start Self-Study Quiz EAQ bar. And then it will show you the Create a Quiz bar. So you click on that. All right, so at the top, it's going to ask you a study set. So if your class that you're in is on a certain study set, then that's what you're going to be focusing on in this EAQ. So each EAQ section is going to be focused on whichever class you are in. You can't just go in and do a full test data bank on whatever all willy-nilly. You will be focused on whatever class you are in. So this class is critical thinking, critical care nursing. And so I can either choose mastery. So it's going to give me unlimited questions until I level up in the topics, or I can do a custom and I can choose the number of questions, the topics, and different things that I want to focus on. So I'm going to choose custom. So I can just show you that. I can filter the topic. So if I want to do client needs or the concepts or HESI concepts, I would highly, if you're further along, I would highly recommend going HESI concepts because that'll be very helpful. All of these really, to be honest, are very, very helpful if you go through them. So client needs, I'm just going to click on that. This is very, very helpful. You can go through and focus your questions that you want. So if you want to do client needs, safe and effective care, you can click on that. Or if you want to do safety and infection control or health promotion and maintenance, and just go down the list. Whichever one you feel like you are the weakest in, I would highly suggest testing in those areas. If you are pretty strong in one area, it is good to still test yourself on certain things, but focus on the ones that you are the weakest in. That will definitely help boost your grades, your scores, your knowledge base. So click on those. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and click on the first one, and then you'll see at the very bottom of the screen, it says number of questions. Now, in this section, you can choose however many questions you want to take. So if you have, and it's based on like a time, technically, it's like each question should be 1 minute. So if you have like 30 minutes or whatever, maybe you click on 30 questions and then you hit start quiz. So as you can see, I did go through and answer one of the questions so that you could see it. The question is, which term is defined as doing no harm? I chose non-malfeasance and non-maleficence, whatever, however you say that word. And that was the right one. And it does give you rationales. This is a very, very helpful tool for studying. If you don't know the answer, or if you've been getting things wrong and you don't know why, this will give you the rationales and tell you why it was wrong. And so hopefully that will help you to learn and grow your knowledge base. So there's EAQs. I hope that portion was helpful. And let's get going on to the NCLEX test databank. Okay, so as you can see, we are in the My Evolve. It's going to be an Elsevier. This is for your NCLEX test databank access, okay? If you are not in a nursing course just yet, you may not have access to this if you don't have a HESI or if you don't have My Evolve just yet. That's okay, you will get it eventually, but this is how you get to it. So when you are there, you can put this in your pocket for later. All right, so I'm going to go through. This is my Evolve page. I've already logged in. If you have not logged in, you have to use your Nightingale email address, not your personal email address, your Nightingale email address. So you'll go ahead and log in. I clicked on My Evolve. It should just automatically log you into the My Evolve page. So I have several different courses. I don't even know what they call them. Anyway, so you probably will have HESI Assessment Next Gen First Edition or whatever, however many editions. You won't necessarily have these two just yet. I am in 395, the last course, so you won't have these until the end of your program. But if you have an NCLEX book, which you should, starting in your first nursing course, I believe, then you will have access to this test data bank. So you're going to go into My Other Products, and here you can see you have your SurePath books, and then you're going to keep on scrolling. Clinical Skills Online. These are really good resources too. Check those out. Keep going. Okay, now we are at the NCLEX RN examination book. Okay, this is gold, let me just tell you. There are several different test databank places you can go to out there that will provide you with test questions and test your readiness for the NCLEX. This is pretty much the go-to. It's going to do everything, and you already have it. It's free because, well, not free, you paid for it, but it's already accessible to you. So use this. I have Your Best Grade, and it's awesome and I love it, but it's also pretty much the same thing that this does. So I'm going to go ahead and go into it. All right, so this is what you will go to. I'm going to go on the far left-hand side and go to exam review, okay? There's all these things, just go right past them, go to exam review. All right, this should open up another window. And here you can go through and decide how you want to go about this. If you want to do assessment to see kind of where you're at in your knowledge base, this will give you 75 questions as a practice test. It's pretty much a test. This one won't give you rationales, it won't give you answers. It will just test you on your knowledge. At the end of the test, it will give you your score and kind of an idea of where you're at on your own. This one study is going to give you practice questions, and it will also give you instant feedback. So it'll give you those rationales as to why it was wrong and what you're missing, and hopefully you'll get good study tips out of that one. The exam one is going to give you like kind of like the 75 practice questions. It's going to give you an exam. It gives you review, and feedbacks are available after completion. It's not going to give you the rationales right away. The NGN questions are going to give you practice questions for the next gen NCLEX questions. So probably some case studies in there, some bow tie questions, things like that. Bookmarks is going to view bookmarked questions. So there is an option to bookmark a question and go back to it and review it. So those are going to go back to those questions that you've bookmarked so that you can go over those again. And then audio reviews, you can select from acid-base balance, fluid electrolytes, or pharmacology strategies. It's pretty helpful as well. All right, so I'm going to go through and do a study just so that we can kind of get an idea of how to go about it. I'm just going to click on, there's several different categories that you can choose from. I'm only going to, I think it only allows you to choose one category at a time. And then you're going to click on more specific topics. If you want to do all, you can just hit select all. But as you can see, it's going to give you 5,809 questions. So I'm going to just focus on one thing. I'll do safe and effective care environment. It gives me 662 questions. You don't have to complete all of them, but the more you complete, the more of an idea that you get of where you're at in that category. And then you would click on begin. You also have the option to do the new questions only or reset the used questions. So if you've gone through this a couple of times and you're like, I've gotten these questions before, you can click on new questions only the next time you start the test or the quiz or whatever, and then you won't get those questions and you'll get new questions. And then you hit begin. And then this is what it looks like. The question is going to be up here on the top left. You'll go through the question, select your answer. I'm just going to pick one. I didn't even read the question. And then you hit submit, and then it will give you the answer. So obviously I did not get the right answer because I didn't even read the question, and it'll give you the correct answer. Okay. All right. And then you can click rationale. You can click strategy. You can click reference and labs. The labs one takes you to another page, so we're not going to do that, but I'll go back to rationale. So that will let you know, like at the bottom right, it says correct or incorrect, and then rationale, all that information. If you don't want the rationale, it doesn't just pop up right away. You have to click on it. So that's it for the NCLEX practice questions and the test data bank. I hope that was helpful. Up next are the updates that the school has done on the website. I know this video is getting kind of long, so I will try to go quickly in the updates. So please hang in there with me, and I'll see you in a minute. All righty, so this section is going to go over a few of the updates that have happened. I'm on my learner homepage on the My Day website for Nightingale. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different bubbles here. If you are not familiar with all of these different bubbles, I would highly, highly suggest going through and seeing them for yourself. This page, actually, all of these pages are customizable. You can personalize them, move them around, move the bubbles around. If you want something up on the top, that's on the bottom of your page. You can move it around to where it's more accessible and then hit save, and then it'll go back to how you had it. On this page is a lot of information. There's sometimes I'll put YouTube videos up here. Sometimes they will put announcements. This one can take you to your email, and then this one takes you to Canvas. So it's pretty accessible. You also have access to the Office suite and the student portal. That's very important. You need to know where to go for that. That's going to be your personal information, your school information, your transcripts, your tax documents, all of that kind of stuff is there. The Bursar is going to be financial. So anything you have going on that's where you would go for that. The contacts list. This is really big on my page because this is very, very important. It's going to be a PDF document that you could print if you really wanted to, but it's going to list all of the people's and how to contact them. So that's a very important thing to have. Tuition payment over here, for whatever reason, I have not been able to get into my personal tuition and set up a payment plan. Um, I've been banned. I don't know why. Anyway, but I am able to make a payment through the tuition payment toggle here. So that's where I go to make a payment. So it's very helpful. It's just a quick go-to for me. And then academic resources, that one I'm very, very excited about, and I'm going to go into it in just a minute. But also on this page is funding advisors and your college catalog, which I frequent. So check that out when you get some time. Also, Complio training. If you don't know about Complio, go there and you will watch some videos, get more information. It's very helpful. Scholarship information, graduate learner resources, there's government funding management, HESI Support Hub. That one's a really good one as well. Ask Nightingale Search, that's a good one. The Learner Glossary, oh my word. I made another video about our vocabulary because when you first start out, you're like, what's a VCBC? What is a DFC? What's a SOFI? I don't know what that means. So check out that video. It's all about our vocab and our lingo and how to understand our language, because it's like learning another language when you first start. Then you have your registrar, your grades. It goes straight to your grades on the student portal. The Nightingale Foundation scholarships. Shop Nightingale. Okay, now this little button is not going to take you to where you get your scrubs. Okay, this one takes you to the Nightingale store. It takes you to the goodies like water bottles and t-shirts and things like that. So don't get confused on that one. And then over here, if you happen to be out of the country or go on vacation and you're going out of the country for whatever reason, there is a way to still do your homework. So you're going to go overseas login request for travel. It's going to send you to IT. They're going to give you a VPN and you're going to be able to log in and do your homework from wherever you go. So that's a good one to know about. Learner forms, that's an excellent one. It's going to be in pretty much every single class that you have. On the left-hand side, there's a whole list of different things, including the library and modules and blah, blah, blah. There is learner forms in there. There's several different ways to get to learner forms, but they've put a button on this page just for you. So check out learner forms, and then registration management, learner finance, and Connect for scholarships. Whoops, I didn't mean to go into that one. Anyway, Connect scholarships and careers. Okay. So I wanted to go into academic resources because I'm very, very excited about this page. Okay. If you are struggling, and trust me, at some point in time, you may struggle. And that's okay. Every single person who has gone through this program has struggled a time or two. So there's no shame in that. This is a very, very difficult program. And honestly, nursing is one of the hardest things to go through and be successful at. So please don't beat yourself up if you're struggling. Ask for help. Go here. There are so many resources that you have at your fingertips, and this is one of those. So this is what I wanted to get to. So there is a writing center. A lot of your classes are going to have a writing component. And if you struggle with writing, this writing center will help you so, so much. And all of the people there are so awesome, very helpful. They will definitely help you improve in your writing skills. So please, please check them out. Writing center, okay? Keep that in mind. They also have a math lab. So, like pharmacology, oh my gosh, going through calculations for pharmacology, it's so hard. And so if you like, it's not, once you understand it, you get it, okay? But getting through and trying to figure out the best way for you to understand it, it's it's very helpful, okay? This also is really, really helpful for algebra and all the other math classes, whatever math class you're in. It will definitely help for that as well, okay? Academic coaching, there's also some great resources there. And the one that I wanted to go into, nursing education, academic coaching, that's the one. So on this page, you should be able to go through each of your classes, your nursing courses, and find helpful tips or tricks or information that will help you in that course. Now, I do have to give you kind of a caveat to this. It is a work in progress. I was going through a couple of them, and it was showing me different things that was in, like, I would go into one and it would show me something for another course. So if you come across something like that, please reach out to IT or support at nightingale.edu. Let them know what you're finding on this page. So that is pretty much it for this page. Okay, so now I've gone back to the learner homepage on the My Nightingale website. I am on the main page basically. I just wanted to show you one more thing before I head over to my dashboard in Canvas. If you look on your page for the yellow button, I don't know what to call these things, button, toggle, bubble, the yellow bubble. Ask My Nightingale search. So if you're having a hard time finding something, you're like, I can't find IT. Where do I find it? This is a good place to go. So Ask My Nightingale search. I'm going to click on that. There's a lot of resources on this page. So if you're looking for coaching, if you're looking for webinars, if you're looking for specific courses or the math lab, the writing center, different strategies, a lot of different things, dosage calculations. There are so many resources on this particular page. They are all listed instead of going and searching for it somewhere else. They're going to be listed here. So if you type in IT submit or submit ticket or whatever, it should pull up collaborators, and that's where the IT is. I am hoping that they will add a bubble to the learner homepage for specifically for IT to submit a ticket. That would make things a lot easier. I have put in the request. We'll see if they put that on there. But so you go to IT, it pulls up a different page, and that's where you will go for that. Okay, so like I said, this page is very, very helpful, has pretty much everything that you need listed in list form. So if you're like, I can't find something, I don't know where to go for this, go here first. Type in whatever words you can think of. VCBCs, let's say not DG, DFC information. So really, this is a go-to as well of information superhighway, if you will. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and head over to my Nightingale, my Canvas dashboard, and we will go from there because there's some really interesting things coming up. All right, so as you can see, I am on my dashboard in Canvas, and I'm so excited about this announcement because I've been waiting for it to come out. I had the privilege of testing this chatbot, and I'm so excited because it's coming out on Tuesday, July 1st at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So California time, that'd be 8 a.m. And basically what it is they've set up a Q&A. They will have so you have to go to where you submit an IT ticket. And on that page, they will have a link on the bottom to chat with an agent. So you click on that and then it will open up a chat and you'll be able to chat with someone. There is a bot. So basically, they have done like a million Q&As, right? They have questions like general questions that you would ask. Where do I find my schedule? Or different things like that. Or, what is a VCBC? So questions that are general, they would have something like that where you can ask the bot the question and it'll open up resources for you. But if it's not answering your question, you can also reach out to an agent. So it's a really exciting development, and they are working really hard to try to allow us to have a lot more communication and access to information. So please feel free to go and check that out. If you find any errors or if you're getting an error message, you'll have to reach out, submit a ticket for it because the college definitely wants to improve on all of their different areas. And this is one of them. This is for us. This is something where new learners or people who are searching for something can go and ask these questions and figure out the answer. And if you don't figure it out, they can, there are other options. So, but go there and test it out. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. It does say if you need to use the chatbot outside of business hours or on the days when the college is closed, you can still ask questions and submit a ticket, but they just won't respond until they return the following day or the following Monday after a weekend. All right, everyone, that's it for me. I hope those tips and tricks help you. They have helped me significantly. And we're halfway through the semester, so not much left. So hang in there. You got this. You can do it. Keep going. Don't quit. All right. Use those resources. I promise you they will help you. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful week and flame forward.